All right. When did you engage your lawyer in the process?
From the beginning. So my lawyer, who's actually a good friend of mine, works for a bigger firm. He does contract law, so he did like the terms of use for FreeUp. He's done the terms of use on our different companies, contractor agreement, operating agreements, all that stuff. But he recommended us to someone on his firm that does M&A. So that person looked at the LOI, approved that, and then they were instrumental in actually drafting the legal agreement. Now, the other advice we got, which we did, is have your lawyer write the initial draft of the agreement for it. So we were able to do that and then made tweaks off of that. But I don't know if it really gave us an advantage because it all worked out and everyone kind of did what they said anyway. But that was kind of advice that we got along the way, is like, have your lawyer take the lead, even though you're probably going to pay a little bit more to write that initial agreement. It's worth
That's
it
right.
for you
Yeah.
to be in
Typically,
the
though, the
driver's seat of
standard
writing that
practice is
initial
that
agreement.
buyer drafts the agreements. But it can be either party. But yeah, market standard is buyer drafts the agreements, and the whole idea is, yeah, we'll draft, middle of the road agreements, but also, because we're drafting agreements, we kind of get the leg up because it's written from our perspective. So that definitely is. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
stuff gets
So, okay.
redlined
So talk
anyway
to me about the
and
due
all that.
diligence
But
process. What are that? So they did due diligence on you. You did due diligence on them. What did that look like?
yeah, I mean, from a numbers side, they obviously wanted access to our books and wanted to make sure that we were actually withdrawing all the money that the company was making and wanted record of that. They wanted client specific reports, for example, like the diversification of the clients to make sure that like one client wasn't 50% of our revenue, stuff like that. And I think our biggest client was like 4 or 5%, something like that. They wanted like turnover rate, churn rate, how long clients stay, the record of like billing month after month. Amount of freelancers on the platform and then payouts there. And then they wanted our SOPs. They wanted to know customer service SOPs, sales calls SOPs, fulfillment SOPs, how things are handled if there's a freelancer issue, all that kind of stuff. So it was, and then I mean, they did due diligence on us in terms of like our Amazon business before, how we treat people, how we run meetings, stuff like that. Questions like, what are we going to do after when we leave FreeUp? Stuff like that. So most of it was on the actual business, the processes, the financials of the business, whereas our questions to them were more about them
Right.
personally and like who are we
And
getting into bed with, so to speak.
uh, did you say the purchase price? Okay.
I didn't. I signed a
Okay, cool, cool,
non-disclosure
cool,
about
cool.
it. I'll probably never
Just
disclose
had
it,
to
but it
ask,
was a good amount of money,
totally get
like
it.
shaking hands.
Yeah.